Electricast.
ABC Thursdays.
Welcome back.
Grey's Anatomy is all new.
Why didn't you tell me you were pregnant?
The drama going down
Bungee jumping from the bridge as cord snapped.
We need all hands on deck.
is unbelievable.
You think you're God's gift to this hospital?
You're just another doctor.
My relationship with Catherine is complicated.
I'm gonna sue you.
Your lawyers know where to find me.
You're unbelievable.
Grey's Anatomy. All new Thursdays, 10, 9 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Last week on Ghost Hampton, Lyle gets to Old Vic late on the night of Georgie's predicted death. He has his never-used gun and a crazy plan. Make a Molotov cocktail from his scotch bottle. Frank tells Georgie Lyle might burn down Old Vic. She says Berto is drunk singing. Frank's two cop pals screech up. Berto fires his AR-15 at them and Georgie gets off one shot. But she's trapped in her car and it's on fire. Matteo peers at the old barn, which is now ablaze.
Interior, Old Vic's barn, night, continues. It's well after midnight on the day Georgie Hall is scheduled to die, if you believe a ghost. The ghost girl had revealed Georgie's tombstone to Lyle, and he had about 4 days to make his daughter safe. Instead, he's wheelchair-bound again, sitting in an ancient barn that's billowing smoke from a fire he started. Lyle feels the weight of the gun in his hand, bought to defend his family. But he's not defending his family. Far from it. Georgie would never have believed him anyway, especially the ghost girl part. Lyle already had serious credibility challenges on a normal day. Maybe focusing Big Frank's attention on Georgie's threat was a good solution. Will Lyle ever find that out? In hell? Lyle's extrasensory ability is now all over the place, like a Geiger counter in a uranium mine. One thing that comforts him is Silk's comment, calling his daughter a grown woman with a gun. Right. As if Silk could ever comfort him. The smoke has grown so thick that it's curling downward to Lyle's face. He imagines the bats roosting above, coughing. Does one ever apologize to bats, even as they're pooping on you? Surprise. Somehow Lyle is not surprised. Matteo Sherry is here. He's supposed to be on a plane over the Atlantic, cognac in front of him. Opening the rickety barn door draws lots of smoke toward the tall priest, enveloping his dressed in black frame. The bats, who are not dumb, choose this time to swarm out of the door past Matteo in squadron formation. One final poop lands on Lyle's thigh. He greets his friend.
Matteo, get the fuck out of here!
Lyle, you have to get out. What in God's holy name do you think you're doing?
Whatever I'm doing, it's not in God's name.
You're in your wheelchair?
This piece of shit is not my wheelchair.
Matteo approaches Lyle.
I smell gasoline, Lyle. You're not well. I've come to help you.
Lyle raises his gun.
Stand back! I'm here for a reason, and you are not involved. Get out, Matteo. Now!
You are not going to shoot me in Lyle Hall.
Correct!
Lyle raises the gun muzzle to his mouth.
Lyle! No!
Lyle moves the muzzle away from his face.
Tell me what in hell you're doing back here. You should be...
I could not go back to Malta. I realized I am needed here.
Both men cough in a cloud of smoke.
Nice. Well, now I need to get you the fuck out of here. Wait. Why can't you go back to Malta?
Matteo tries to get behind Lyle's chair to push him out. Lyle brandishes his gun drunkenly in Matteo's general direction. Wafting smoke stings both men's eyes.
Hey! Get away from me, Matteo! I mean it, damn it!
Matteo steps back and faces Lyle.
This is not the place nor the time, Lyle.
Oh, no? Well, I've got all night. You come back all this way. Tell me what your fucked up problem is.
Matteo's brow knits. He looks around the barn as the flames spread and crackling sounds grow. Then he addresses Lyle.
I have been accused of preying on young boys at the monastery.
Isn't praying for boys your job?
The accusation is child molestation. Systemic molestation. It is false. They are using me as a convenient scapegoat.
Molestation? You? A Catholic thing, huh?
Not me, but yes. The problem has infected the church like a plague. But it has infested nearly all faiths and religions. It is the devil's work.
So you're the useful idiot.
If that is one of your idioms.
A burning timber somewhere cracks and collapses behind them.
Now, I told you what you want to know. Time to go.
Lyle drunkenly waggles his gun some more.
No, no, no. I stay, you go.
I have another thing to tell you.
Lyle fiddles absently with the safety on his gun.
Lyle, listen. The way this barn was built, it will not collapse.
No, it has to collapse. There can be no remnant of this damn place for Noah and Becky to build their kids' museum on. Whole thing gotta come down.
Matteo squints, looking around the barn as best he can, given all the smoke.
I'll do a deal. You like deals, Lyle.
Yeah, the deal is you get out of here.
I know architecture. And I agree it's better this structure be destroyed beyond repair.
Then get out!
No, Lyle. I will weaken that tall wooden post in the middle. It holds up the whole structure. Then it will fall.
Lyle squints at the big central post, almost like a telephone pole. It even holds up the bat's roost. He leans into Matteo's deal.
Fine, but then you get out.
Then you get out, Lyle.
Lyle grows anxious and brings the gun to his mouth.
Matteo, my friend, you were interrupting my fucking work here tonight.
Now the possum appears out of the smoke, big, hissing, and uglier than ever. It approaches the men cautiously, its beady black eyes trained on Lyle. Matteo blinks and notices Lyle has rolled up his pant legs and figures out why.
Ah, it's a party now.
Matteo spots an old 18th century woodworking tool lodged on pegs on the nearby wall. Known as a commander long ago, it's a huge wooden mallet, the length of a pickaxe used in barn raising. He has an idea and steps toward the wall. The long handle of the tool is obscured by a thick spider nest. Trying to free the mallet from the wall after 200 years, Matteo disrupts the nest, sending ripples all through it. Just as the mallet comes free from its perch, the denizen of the nest emerges. A huge, hairy spider the size of Matteo's hand, it launches itself at the enemy. Matteo screeches as the thing grips his hand with 8 fuzzy finger-like legs and sinks its mouth parts into the back of his hand. Matteo drops the mallet and whips the thing off his hand. It scampers across the filthy barn floor. Now he retrieves the mallet and turns to Lyle, who faces his own enemy. But Lyle welcomes this infernal resident. Worse, Lyle seems to be timing the possum's approach with sliding his gun muzzle into his mouth. Matteo can only guess what this means, and it's not good.
Welcome, my grotesque friend. You want a piece of me?
As the muzzle approaches Lyle's lips, Matteo tries to swing the heavy, unwieldy tool through smoky air and strike only Lyle's gun. Lyle cries out in pain. The pistol falls to the barn floor. Lyle grips his left hand, which is obviously injured, and looks up at Matteo with drunken rage in his eyes.
Just like you to come here, uninvited. Fuck everything up, damn it!
The possum is uninjured, except its hind quarters are actually smoldering. and its jaws are badly injured. Lyle encourages it nonetheless. This is the animal he stabbed in the mouth the other night with an umbrella as Flo Hendricks was dying in his arms. The possum with its ugly, festering mouth wound remembers that. Now quite close, it moves in on Lyle Hall's exposed ankles.
Go on, ugly motherfucker! Pick one!
Matteo sees just one chance. Wielding the big mallet high, this time like a golf club, he swings it down hard right at the thing's open jaws. And crunch, he crushes the attacking animal's face. It squeals loudly and backs into the dark clouds of smoke, its own dingy fur actually smoking. Watching the animal retreat, and amazed it survived that blow, Matteo's hand now stings intensely. Examining the back of his hand, there's a wicked spider bite. The area is raised and red, like it's already infected. Lyle is plenty pissed as well as plenty drunk. He squints up at the guy trying to save him.
Wow, you fucked that up good, didn't you?
Matteo raises the mallet again. Lyle squirms. He can see goo from the possum's face on the mallet head.
Yeah? Gonna use that thing on me now, too?
The priest raises the mallet higher still, hoisting it like a weapon. He swings it down hard, not into Lyle at all, into the nearby supporting post. The strike lands just about 3 feet up the post's base, and the whole barn shakes. Dust and wooden shakes fall from above through the smoke clouds. Unsatisfied, Matteo lifts the mallet again, but it's suddenly heavier. Something's wrong. The priest grunts as he swings the big tool up and down to the same spot in the post. Now the whole roof shudders, lots of wooden slats raining down from above, some even spearing the barn floor. But it's not enough. Matteo knows the job requires one good final blow, but he's not at all well. The priest feels feverish and dizzy and quite weak. He knows this feeling. 15 years ago, down in the catacombs under the monastery, there were his two good friends, his beloved mother, and the witch of Gozo. And there was something else. And now it's here. Matteo knows it. He guesses he really never was inoculated, as Lyle Hall phrased it. A dreaded relapse is coming on, fast. Sweat and dust fouling his eyes, Matteo swings the mallet one last time like a baseball bat. Lands a glancing blow. Less power than his previous strikes, but he's still connected. The post splinters, groans, and gives way. As it collapses, the crossbeam overhead dislodges and pounds the floor with a heavy thud, right next to Lyle. Home to generations of bats, it's now burning furiously. The centuries-old roof above is now supported by nothing but smoke. Matteo even sees stars above as he drops the mallet. Lyle stares intently at the tall man. He's shuddering as he stands before Lyle, as if feverish, rubbing the back of his hand. Lyle's head clears a little, and he suddenly realizes there's no reason to be angry with this young priest in his black cassock. He came to help.
Matteo, what the hell is wrong with you?
I am sorry. I am not good. Lyle, please. It's important you do not believe them. Everything is a lie.
You're telling that to a lawyer?
Matteo drops to his knees, many of his myriad cassock buttons popping open. His palms skid onto the poop-covered floor, trying to support himself. Lyle can see the sickening wound on the back of Matteo's hand. There's a deep, guttural growl.
Matteo?
He raises his head to face Lyle Hall. Whatever is staring back now is not Matteo Sherry. Matteo has left the building. Exterior limo service garage continues. No way Officer Petrie and Sergeant Mack could get Georgie's driver's side door open, pocked as it was with large AR-15 rounds. The passenger side, where the flames and acrid black smoke poured from, was inaccessible. Together, the two cops helped Georgie squirm out of her shot-up driver's side window. Mac first folds his uniform jacket over the edge of the windowsill to protect her from jagged glass. A weird moment for a detective, a sergeant, and a beat cop, but Georgie thinks it could have been a lot weirder. All 6 feet on the ground, the 3 cops move to a safe distance from the car fire and turn to survey the damage.
Woo-wee! What a mess!
Thank you both for getting me out of that car.
Wind blows some black smoke their way from Georgie's car, and they all cough.
You gonna miss the old buggy?
Nope.
She looks at her car burning. Inside is her iPad, her purse, a voodoo doll, and a condom made up like a ghost. She has no regrets. Sergeant Mac points his chin at Berto's body.
Nice shot, detective. Target practice?
Georgie smiles, then winces as she takes in how Berto met his end, oil slick and all.
A little practice, Sergeant. A lot of luck. I'm more concerned about drawing you two into this mess. Perp had a shitload of firepower.
Yeah, well, when Big Frank gets on the horn, people listen.
Glad you stopped by.
Georgie moves to shake Mac's hand, then realizes his palm, both his palms, are bleeding.
Oh, Mac!
Mac raises his hands, shrugs, and keeps them away from her.
A lot of broken glass on my upholstery.
They glance at Petrie, who's now poking around the garage in the flickering light.
You called this in, Petrie?
Yeah. Backup's on the way.
Sergeant Mac looks at Georgie.
Place will be swarming in a minute. Got important business elsewhere?
Georgie considers the question.
Yeah, maybe. And paperwork to fill out all night. Excuse me.
Georgie steps away from Mac and dials her phone.
You are not going to believe this.
I'm just getting to Bridgehampton. A lot of police and fire converging on Old Vic.
Interior, Old Vic's barn, night, continuous. Matteo's eyes are closed, but his face bears a hateful leer Lyle has never seen on the young man. The wicked smile crossing his lips does remind him of something. Christoph Waltz, the grinning SS officer in Inglorious Bastards a while back, and his queasy mixture of pleasant and evil. Then Matteo's eyelids part, and Lyle gets a repulsive shock so strong he sobers up and almost pukes. Matteo's pupils have rolled up into his head. Just the whites show, but the whites are a jaundiced yellow, crisscrossed with red retinal blood vessels. The left eye is pulsing, its blood vessels throbbing, as if the thing is going to explode.
Matteo?
Mateo's not here.
Lyle remembers that Matteo's mother had called him Teo.
Well, where in hell is he?
Exactly. He is in good claws.
Lyle hears the derisive laughter of some hellish peanut gallery rise from beneath the barn. Lyle almost forgets the fire burning around him. This new Matteo is oblivious to the smoldering embers falling around them, including one that lands on his cassock shoulder. On his knees, the entity crawls to Lyle in his wheelchair. The cassock's lower half, ripped open, reveals scaly reptilian things, not the legs of any human he's ever seen as it draws closer. But the creature's demeanor is one of gratification, glad to be in this burning barn, and glad to be confronting this weak, compromised human, this easy target.
Well, what the hell do you want?
You, Lyle Hall. You. The Master has plans for you.
A master plan? Man makes plans and God laughs.
Your lonely God is not laughing. The Master is not some weakling.
Oh, you mean the big guy downstairs?
The entity is now very close to Lyle. He notes how Matteo's bright smile has suddenly degenerated to yellow, broken teeth and red gums. How putrid his breath is. He sniffs the air.
Arson. Burning flesh is exquisite agony. Come with us now. Your cries will mix with your endless tears.
The creature grabs the arm of Lyle's chair with one claw and shoves the other claw into Lyle's groin, squeezing hard. Tremors like electric shocks shoot down his lifeless legs. Lyle yelps in pain.
Your wish that your legs regain feeling is granted. Feeling pain.
The best you could do was a crippled small-town lawyer?
Lyle cries out again. The pain is excruciating. This crazy thing is literally busting balls. Then the tremors intensify severely in both legs. Okay, sort of like Lyle planned. But now pain floods up into his ruined abdomen and chest. It must be time. Then more hateful laughter swells up from under the dirty floor. Are demons real? Can they actually kill a man? Where is Jewel now? This is not a visit with a sweet, sad girl. It's that thing, that evil remnant of past horror. It wants fresh children, and it's wanted Lyle all along.
You will learn respect. Kneel and worship before the Master's throne. And learn to please him.
Trying to hold on just a few seconds. Worsening pain. It spikes to gut-wrenching proportions, but Lyle welcomes it, even as it ravages his wasted internal organs, even as it spreads upward, reviving his broken jaw and teeth. It means the end is nigh. And his pistol is within reach on the dirty floor. Lyle bends and grabs it. It's much heavier than before. It's wobbly. Only his right hand works. In his mouth, the muzzle tastes like what it is. Cold, bitter metal. But it spells relief. Suddenly, all the hellish laughter ceases. There's a weird silence, except for the crackling of dry old wood, and maybe the wail of a banshee far, far away, coming for Lyle. He removes the gun for one last insult.
I'm just dying to meet him. And you are coming with me!
The demonic face turns briefly quizzical, then a claw swats the gun away. The fire. Both claws grab Lyle's throat, tightening around his windpipe.
The Master is your ruler now. If you cooperate, you may rise as a leader among demons. The Master enjoys the intelligent evil ones, even a crippled small-town lawyer.
Lyle tries to say something. He can only gurgle.
The Master will pleasure himself with your wives. You will assist, and your daughter has joined us. The Master enjoys the young ones.
Gurgling a curse, the only functioning body part Lyle has left is his right hand. Everything else, including his brain, is non-functional. But he can make a fist.
You will hold her down for him.
A hard right fist rockets out of the smoky and connects with Matteo's jaw. The creature rocks backward, but maintains his grip around Lyle's throat. Out of air, Lyle tries again, this time harder. A lot harder. He pounds the demon's engorged, bloodshot eye twice. Matteo shakes his head, cocks sideways. His white priestly collar pops open. The wretched reptilian thing relaxes its grip. It swoons, then goes down hard like a prize fighter on the filthy floor.
Electric acid.